And speaking of, Lewis, you were just earlier mentioning about the insulin. Obviously, that's not getting cheaper anytime soon, but red blood cell transfers may be. The first ever clinical trial of lab-grown red blood cells has been transferred into another person. So this is a pretty big deal, obviously, because there's a huge discrepancy between the demand for blood and the amount that that's supplied for these folks. I wanted to get some numbers on this just to get an idea of how big of a problem it was. So before we talk about the tech, just to kind of create some context, global blood supply was estimated to be around 372 million units.
Wow.
But the demand in 2017 was 303 million. So there's about a 30 million discrepancy in blood units. And that's across 119 countries. So, there's obviously a huge demand for blood. And I don't know what you do if you don't have the blood. So what happens is apparently in rich countries, they donate over 2 times as much per person.
Okay.
So, in Canada, for example, if someone needs blood, we don't really hear about it very often. Someone needs blood, they just get the blood or whatever.
Yeah.
But in poor countries, it's less than half the people are actually doing the service of sharing blood.
Yeah.
And then they need it even more. And another surprising stat is that in, Western countries like Canada, the average age of a transfused patient is over 60 years old.
Wow.
But in these other countries, it's children under 5.
Oh my God, that's sad.
Yeah. So it's a totally different need. So here we're giving up our blood for old folks, and there they can't even give up their blood for children.
Children, yeah.
They're not, and maybe, and obviously there's different reasons for that, right?
Sure.
They're working really hard. They're malnourished, in these developing or underdeveloped countries. But that's to kind of give you guys some context about just how bad this blood issue is. And basically what they were able to do was they took these blood donors, and they took half the blood they donated, and then they took the other half and they split the stem cells from the blood cells, and then they in a lab grew a whole new batch of fresh blood cells. And I guess this is something I never knew was a thing, but I guess all your cells on your body are aging at different rates. You guys know about that. You know how your tongue is replaced every month or something stupid?
Really?
Yeah. Have you ever seen organ regeneration rates before?
No.
Your entire body.
I was wondering why I had 2 tongues last month.
Nice. All of our organs, our skin and internal organs, your tongue, etc., they regenerate and they have different rates. So I think maybe Storm could look it up, how often your tongue regenerates. But they all the cells that are inside of your body are individual. So something I didn't realize is that when you don't donate blood, you're giving them some that are nice new blood cells, but then you're giving them some ready to die blood cells. So you're not giving them
the cream of the crop.
Yeah, it's a blend of some that were freshly minted, and then some that were that have been doing work for a while and won't last very long. So
every 1 to 2 weeks for the human tongue,
bro. That's what I'm telling you, right? Is that not nuts?
Yeah, that's why I freaking taste things differently.
Well, what's interesting? When you burn your tongue, you guys know that sensation you get left on your tongue after you
after
burn
spicy food?
No, a hot tea or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Burn. You know how there's that sensation that you can't taste things on it?
Yeah.
It killed the cells. But you know how a couple of days later it's completely gone?
Yeah.
It's because you're getting a new tongue, right?
Holy crap.
It's regenerating every week. All the cells that are right in your mouth right now will be gone in a week.
Wow.
And you know what's kind of crazy? You swallow those dead cells. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. You don't spit them out.
Num.
You eat your own tongue.
Yeah, it's I don't need dinner tonight.
But yeah, the blood that we donate when we donate blood, it's not always pure. So what they're hoping is that the lab grown blood will actually last longer, and the patient won't need a new transfusion for as long. So we are solving 2 problems. We're making the quality of care better because people that need to do this a lot don't have to make as many trips to get it done. And then also we're going to be able to close the gap on blood period and getting blood, and just you see the campaigns. People are always doing the blood drives and trying to get people to donate their blood. That could be a thing of the past, but not for quite some time. As mentioned in this article and many others, the organization that manages all the blood donations is please don't stop donating blood. We are super far away from we don't want anyone to get the wrong idea.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, it could be the rise of
that's awesome. It reminds me because how people you always see online, there's a new article that says, scientists have just discovered the cure for insulin in dogs, right? And then people will be like, oh, the cure for diabetes is coming here in 5 years. But it's been like that for 45 years.
Yeah. I've sent you a couple links in my own time, just
and it's
look, Lewis, look, and you're like never phased by it. You're like,
yeah, I've heard this one a lot. I mean, the thing with diabetes is a bit off topic. It's just funny how like people like respond to it, right? Like they'll try and like have like a relatability moment, right? They'll be like, "Oh, you're diabetic? Yeah, my great uncle's diabetic. He freaking had his leg amputated, you know?" And it's like,
thanks.
yeah, thanks for letting me know. But I mean, I think this is insanely because it's funny to think how many issues there are worldwide that I feel like doesn't affect me, but actually is just a worldwide issue.
Oh yeah,
especially it's almost privileged in a sense to think that this is not an issue for me, and it's pretty awesome.
Well, seeing that stat where it's like people here are donating blood like more than twice as often, and it's mostly going to old folks. It's like look at how well we take care of the
elderly.
Yeah, but like in these countries where they're like 5-year-olds that need the blood.
That's just sad. Why should a 5-year-old ever have to go through that? You know?
Yeah, it's messed up. So hopefully we can see this technology move forward in the future.
Yeah.